Details to vow. Hello, hello. Eleven. Resettling. Okay. Honestly, I'd rather 200, I think.
To renew the covenant, follow all the commands of the Torah. And they finish with a great celebration over the temple, the walls of Jerusalem, and we're thinking this could be the turning point, but it's not. The book ends on a huge downer. Nehemiah tours around this city, and he finds that the people have not been fulfilling their covenant vows. So Zerubbabel's work is undone as he finds the temple being neglected and staffed by all these unqualified people. He then discovers that Ezra's work is being compromised. He finds everyone violating the Torah, people are working on the Sabbath, and even his own work on the walls is involved. Because people are setting up markets around the walls of Jerusalem and working on the Sabbath. So Nehemiah, he goes on a rampage. He's beating people up, he's pulling out their hair, and he's yelling, "Obey the commands of the Torah." And his final words are a prayer that God would remember him, that at least he tried, and the book ends. I mean, it's very strange. But we've been prepared for it, right? These anticlimactic moments have been woven into the book's design intentionally. And so it raises the question, what on earth does this book contribute to the storyline of the Bible? Well, remember, the book started by raising our hopes in the prophetic promises about the Messiah, the temple, the kingdom of God, and then none of it happens. So even though Israel is now back in the land, their spiritual state seems unchanged from before the exile. And while Ezra and Nehemiah, they do their best, but their political and social reforms among the people don't address the core issues of their heart. So what the book is pointing out is the same need highlighted by the prophets Jeremiah and Ezekiel. What God's people need is a holistic transformation of their hearts if they're ever going to love and obey their God. And so the book ends on a downer, yes, but it forces you to keep reading on into the wisdom and prophetic books to find out what is God going to do to fulfill his great covenant promises. But for now, that's the book of Ezra.
Outfit of the day is literally like pajamas. I don't even know what I'm wearing. Chronicles? No, that's not what's next up. Which areas do you live or recommend Grilly and Cali? We are planning to move. Laguna is pretty. I'm sure that would be really nice to live. I lived in North Cal. I lived in Palos Verdes. Palos Verdes would be nice, but honestly, yeah, like Laguna, I feel like would be more ideal. Or like Malibu. Malibu, Santa Barbara, Laguna, Palos Verdes. That's where I would recommend. If you could choose a number 112, I'm going to place a bet on whatever number you choose. 7! And can I have half of whatever you make, because you're going to win, because I did that. Just how beautiful you are. Aww, if you were rich, you would. Thank you. Even if you're not rich, I'll still take it. Hair, eyes, lips, figure. Yes, of course. You're welcome. Okay. Now I'm over. Oh, here's this next one.
The Book of Esther is one of the more exciting and curious books in the Bible. The story is set over 100 years after the Babylonian exile of the Israelites from their land. And while some Jews did return to Jerusalem, remember Ezra and Nehemiah, many did not. And so the Book of Esther is about a Jewish community living in Susa, the capital city of the ancient Persian Empire. The main characters in this story are two Jews, Mordecai and then his niece Esther. And then there's the...
Your share is as beautiful? What do you mean? Thank you.
king of Persia, who's something of a drunken pushover in this story. And then
let me read the summary before he starts talking. If you keep silent, time, relief, and deliverance will come to you of another place, you and your father's family. I know, I didn't have one either, but I ordered it on Amazon. I just got like a pink one. Ooh, the first woman I feel like actually being talked about. Never mentions God by name, although his presence is implied. Divided the book of Esther is tightly connected historical events. The other piece of literature narrative it's also unique that its purpose are always not explicitly stated. Okay. The book of Esther was a story that gave encouragement and hope. Encouragement and hope yet again. Model of how could not survive but thrive. Making an orphan girl the queen, her encouragement influence slave Jews. Okay. Am I relaxing? Yes. I literally needed this massager thing so bad. First you get the money, Chico, then you have the power that comes, women. I've got 9.5. What? Yes, I did. Good go. Can't have love without money.
There's the Persian official Haman, the cunning villain. Now this is a curious book in the Bible, mainly for the fact that God is never even mentioned.
Thank you.
Not once. Which might strike you as kind of odd. I mean, isn't the Bible about God? But this is a brilliant technique by the author, who's anonymous, by the way. It's an invitation to read this story looking for God's activity, and there are signs of it everywhere. The story is full of very odd, quote, coincidences and ironic reversals, and it all forces you to see God's purpose at work, but behind the scenes. Let's just dive into the story. The book opens with the king of Persia throwing
chicken soup. It's okay, I'm past that stage.
2 elaborate banquet feasts that last a total of 187 days. And it's all for the grandiose purpose of displaying his greatness and splendor. On the last day of the banquet feast, he's really drunk, and he demands that his wife, Queen Vashti, appear at the party to show off her beauty.
I'm not on my pain meds anymore. I feel like I don't need them. I'm not sleeping all the time anymore. That's good. I'm like awake all day. I can't like lift. I can't like go work out or anything. But yeah, I'm fine. I'm just kind of just recovering until I can like go work out, honestly. I do need to go grocery shopping, but I just ate right now. Thanks for the follow. Okay, what time is it?
She refuses, and so in a drunken rage, the king deposes Vashti and makes the silly decree that all Persian men should now be the masters of their own homes. Then he holds a beauty pageant because he wants to find a new queen. This is like a really bad soap opera. But it's right here that we're introduced to Esther and Mordecai. Esther hides her Jewish identity and enters the beauty pageant and wins. And the king is so obsessed with Esther that he elevates her to become the new queen of Persia.
Okay, so it's through a beauty pageant. Who would have known they did beauty pageants then? The search for a new queen. I wish this would stop moving. Thanks for the follow. Thank you, Sean.